Hi, I'm Robert Erskine from CopperFox. I wanted to continue the discussions around the advisory board, particularly focus fairly quickly on the benefits to a business in setting up an advisory board. Clearly most businesses have a really strong core of staff knowledge, particularly of their industry, the products and services that they sell. But it's quite often those peripheral type skills or those important business skills that you require to accelerate growth over and above what you are currently experiencing. That's where you need to bring in a knowledge-based skill set and experienced individuals that have specific knowledge that can help address certain problems or help enable the business to fulfill some of its obligations or objectives. So the advisory board, and one of the advantages of an advisory board is flexible. So the chairman is generally the stabilising factor, the constant, whereas members of the advisory board can come and go depending on the circumstances, the stage of where the company's at, what it's focusing on in terms of its growth plan, and what sort of skill sets it's missing within its business that it needs for particular functions and initiatives. So that can change over time, and that's one of the advantages of having an advisory board, is that the chairman as well as senior management bring in resources on an advisory platform, so to speak, as and when they need them. Certainly the focus of an advisory board is performance related, so it's not around governance and risk, it's about how do we get the business to go from where it is at the moment to where it needs to be. Put some structure around that process, and accountability. Remembering that the advisory board is just that, it's an advisory board advising management on how to achieve what they want to achieve, and their board helps measure progress, deal with issues, solve problems, and keep management accountable for the outcomes and the results that are driven from whatever those initiatives may be. So added to that, the advisory board also look at clarifying what those objectives should be, making sure that they're realistic, achievable, and converting those objectives into action plans, how they are going to achieve those objectives, what resources are required, the timing, and the approach that needs to be done or taken to deliver what you're looking to deliver. So in short, they are a performance-focused group of people that are brought into the business as and when they need. But if the business is an ambitious, wanting to grow quickly or aggressively, then there's quite often a lot of plates spinning that need attention, and quite often in medium-sized businesses that are growing, your existing staff are struggling with business as usual type activities. To stretch them, to focus on incremental jobs, tasks, projects is something sometimes beyond their capabilities, and that's where an advisory board can really help. And then from the objectives, from the plans that they help the management team build, then you can establish whether or not those tasks can be done internally by existing staff or require extra resource from outside to be brought in to specifically deal with those functions, projects and initiatives. So that in a nutshell is why advisory boards are particularly useful to ambitious, aggressive growing businesses.